Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure you check that out before watching this one because I'm not going to be repeating a lot of the stuff that I said in the previous video, and you should have more context when you're watching these constant, TA updates. Now, jumping into the daily chart on TradingView, I did give you some spicy buy orders last time, and pretty much, they were spot on. I did give you this $6.24 buy order around about over here. And as you can see, that's exactly where we landed. So perfect buying opportunity for Theta. And yeah, I'm just a bit proud of that. So, nice call on my part, but I'm not going to blow my trumpet too much. All right, so we are in an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we're going to be looking to break this white trend line over here. And once we do that, we're entering a target for $15.83, which is pretty much the previous all-time high from this inverse head and shoulders. This is the left shoulder, right shoulder, and this is your head. And yeah, and we're looking at the 1.618 over here, sitting at $40.55. That is, my target at least. And we obviously can get overextended to the second fib level over here at $72.41. But I would like to stay more conservative because even if let's say you did take profits over here at $40 and it did go all the way down to, $72. And when we have the pullback, the altcoins usually pull back around about 90%. So let's say you sold at $40 and it went all the way to $72. When the major crash comes, we're looking at a 90% correction for all altcoins. That puts Theta around about at $7.20. So you sold at 40 and you have an opportunity to buy back in at 7.20. That's a pretty darn good deal in my opinion. And even though the price went higher, you're still going to be able to enter later. So this is the mindset that you should have. When you sell, you have to, you have to understand the fact that it may go higher, but you've secured your profits and you don't have to worry about the price action anymore. You're just going to be waiting for the next major crash with your money sitting there waiting for the pullback, basically. So yeah, that's how I think of it. But obviously, you can see that we're holding this nice uptrend over here, adhering to the trend line. We're going to take a look at that more closely on Binance, but right now we're holding the 0.382 on the fib over here, and we're looking to attack the 0.5. But before we do that, we need to get through the EMAs, and the EMAs are coming down. It looks like we're going to get a bearish cross, and all the projects that I have taken a look at today, all of them seem to have this bearish cross incoming. But what I think is going to happen is we're not going to have a bearish cross. We're going to have a massive pump all across the crypto market. And we're going to turn super bullish towards the end of November. And people who have sold with this pullback and who have, panic sold, they're going to be regretting that, man. So don't be one of those folks. So yeah, moving in nicely, really not a lot to talk about. We're just recovering from this dump. And let's see what we do on the RSI. So on the RSI, you can see that we're adhering to this trend line. We're in sort of a horizontal triangle over here. And what you're looking for is a breakout over here from this trend line, potentially with a back test of support, get into the euphoric stage. Then you see the dump, you buy in when you're oversold over here on the daily and on the weekly chart. Simple as that. And yeah, now let's move into Binance. Moving into Binance on the daily chart. So I do have the fib set up from the previous video. And you can see that we have the swing low over here, October 13th. And we do have a swing high over here, October 30th. And that gives us the 0.236. And I did say if we start having a massive pullback on Bitcoin, well, not massive, but a significant pullback, you can look for entry points at $6.24. And that's pretty much where we landed over here. We just got a bit lower, but, we went as low as the 0.236. And essentially what we're doing right now is we're tightening up in this apex, and we're going to shoot up, and we're waiting for $18.52 as our main target. The 1.618 over here is sitting at $11.38. That's our target. After you start breaking this swing high, then you start looking at that target over here. Okay, hopefully that's easy to understand. You're not in the 1.618 target unless you start breaking this high. You can even backtest as support, and then you're moving along nicely. That's what usually happens when you break the previous high. You look for the 1.618. That's your target. Obviously, you do have, resistance level before that, 1.272 and the 1.414, but you usually get past them and you get to the 1.618, okay? Now, I do want to set up a little bit of a different fib over here to show you how you can use the fib as well. So if I take a Fibonacci retracement and I set it from this, all right, and what is going on over here? And if I set this swing high over here, and let's choose, let's get this swing low. All right, so you can see we have our swing low, we have our swing high over here, and let me just get that perfectly. But pretty much I think I just used the same fib, but in reverse. So we have targets to the downside, and you can see exactly where the price landed with this pullback. So if you would have done this when you peaked out over here and you would have had the fibs to the downside, I didn't do that in the last video, I believe. But you could have seen that you do have your golden ratio over here sitting at $5.88. And we've held this level of support nicely before. You can see how many wicks and pullbacks we had to this area. So this was a major support level, and this is sort of our base at the moment. So I would say, we're not going to be going any lower than that, because then we'd be losing structural support. We'd be losing this multi-month support trend line, and we can potentially land on the 786. But we don't want to be losing this swing low anyway, right? So once you start losing that low, that's when you're potentially entering the bear over there. So keep that in mind. And yeah, that it pretty much covers it for Theta over here. Obviously, what we can do is, break the EMAs. We want to get above the EMAs. You potentially can get rejected once again from this point. So if you're looking for a quick flip, you may, think about selling some Theta tokens once you get into this resistance point. But you can actually get into it, get rejected, come back down to this trend line once again, get supported by the 0.5 over here, and you're going to have a beautiful breakout. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you. Like I said, RSI doing nicely on the daily, bearish cross on the Theta daily MACD, histogram turning to the downside, but this is a lagging indicator, so this will flip bullish like in 2 days. Okay, stochastic completely oversold, great entry points right now. You're still good to enter. We may flip super bullish by the end of the month. So, stay safe, guys. Make sure to check me out on Twitter, check out the Telegram chat that we have, check out the Discord server that we have, and make sure to check me out on Patreon. There's a lot of great stuff going on in there as well. I do share my, low cap gems, early calls, exclusive content, more personal one-on-one connection with you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.